Portable gaming. It's a whole lot of fun. I mean, look at this. I love being able to play Mario anywhere. No, I don't want to delete the game. What the heck? Yeah, but like, it's so cool. Literally anywhere, I could just be playing Mario. But there's a problem. This thing does not fit very well in my pockets. Like, just take a look at this. Like, it's terrible. It doesn't fit in my pockets at all. Well, what about this thing? Ooh, it's a 3DS. Kirby Planet Robobot. Oh man, I love this game so much. It's like triple, like, deluxe or whatever it's called, but like so much better. Oh man, love Kirby Planet Robobot. But like, I don't think this thing fits very well in my pocket either. I mean, take a look at this picture. Like, oh man, it makes my jeans look so baggy. It's not cool. I don't like that very much. I don't think I can make this my main portable game system. Well, okay, surely there's something that can fit in my pockets. How about this GBA? Oh man, that's boot up sounds crazy. So, this is small, and as you can see in the picture, it does fit in my pockets pretty well. But this thing's like 20 years old. I don't have enough money to afford a battery replacement. Well, okay, that's not an option. What else do we have? Well, you can always play mobile games. Oh look, it's a mobile device. It says King. It's very royal. I love royal games on royal devices. This is like an iPod 6. I've had this thing for 9 years and it's still in really good condition. Oh, Candy Crush, play. I hate notifications.
So long, Bowser!
So, none of those are options. What's that leave us with? It's an MP3 player. Okay, so this is just one of your run-of-the-mill MP3 players. Oh, I gotta turn it on. Whoa, it has a boot screen! Alright, this could be a little bit hard to see. I'm gonna turn down the lights a little bit. There we go! Alright, we got music on here. That's like really cool. Oh, it's got albums. 20. Wonder what that is. Oh man, that's got some good stuff. Let's scroll down a little bit. Wow, I've got like Michael Jackson on here. I've got the Beastie Boys on this thing. Okay, this makes a cool music machine, but like, how the heck am I gonna play games on this? Oh, right. Homebrew exists. Let's get that set up. Hey, we're at the desktop! Oh, wait, this doesn't fit into frame. Give me a second.
A few moments later.
Oh wow, that looks so much better. Like, this is crazy. Oh wait, let me eject that real quick. Alright, so, what are we doing again? Oh yeah, we need to get, like, I don't know, custom firmware onto here. What we're gonna look for is like Rockbox. It's pretty cool stuff. It's like custom firmware, and apparently it supports my MP3 player, so like, that's pretty cool. We're gonna go over to like the release thing. I'm just gonna hit download installer. That looks right. Alright, I'm on a Mac today, but if you're on a Windows system, you can use this version. And then if you're on Linux, it's actually pretty cool. They've got like an app image for your standard Intel-based ones. But if you're one of those weirdos that runs like an ARM-based version of Linux, I don't know anyone who does that. Oh no, wait a second. Oh yeah, if you have like an ARM-based one, they actually have a version for that. So you could run the Rockbox utility on like a Raspberry Pi or like an Apple Mac that's got like Asahi Linux on it. That's like so cool. I think it's really cool that they have like a lot of different install options. We're gonna go with Mac for this one though. Let's just hit save. Alright, we got our Rockbox utility. So you just click on the DMG, and if you're on a Mac, you can just right click and go to applications, and you just do the little drag and drop thing. And boom, just like that, it's installed. Now, because this isn't verified by Apple, you have to hold down the control key, do click, and then open. and at first it'll say, hey, this doesn't work, so make sure you're really selected on it, hold down control, and then you hit open. This time it has the little open thing, so you just hit open. And if you follow the directions correctly, you now have the Rockbox utility. You can ignore any errors that it throws, and you don't really need to update the utility either. Alright, with that out of the way, I need to actually plug the MP3 player in. So one thing you want to check is to make sure that you have the USB mode set correctly. So like, we're going to go down to system settings, and then we're going to check the USB mode. You just leave it at auto detect and it should work fine. So yeah, there you go. So we got the adapter plugged in, and then I gotta get my little MP3 player charger. So it looks something like this. Over here you can see it's got like a proprietary connector. It's so funny. It looks like a ripoff of the Apple 30 pin. Alright, and then you just plug the USB in like this. And there we go. We've got it plugged in. So pretty much you're just going to hit auto detect. It may not be able to find it, but you want to just set it up to Sansa Fuse stable, hit OK, and preferably it'll have a mount point. Now I would say on ARM Linux devices, I've found that I can't get it to quite mount correctly, so that's why I'm using a Mac here. I've had no issues on Mac, and when I tested this a long time ago on Windows, it also seemed to work on there as well. So there you go. Let's get our bootloader, our Rockbox, and our fonts. Basically just have most of these selected. I'm also going to do themes because I like having custom themes. And then you pretty much just hit install. So it's actually going to require me to have a copy of the original firmware. So I actually have one stored directly on the MP3 player, I believe. Oh, this is embarrassing. I think it's gone. We'll fetch that real quick. Alright, so if you go to the official forum of SanDisk, they actually have their original firmware image. So I'm on a Model 1 version of the Sansa Fuse. If you're on a Model 2 version, you want to use this firmware, but I'm on Model 1, so I'm going to use this firmware right here. Alright, so it should now be in my downloads folder, so you just double click to extract. macOS will give you an error about the bin file, but you can just ignore it. So now we gotta go back to the Rockbox utility, hit up the downloads folder, and then select the bin file. So now it's downloading the bootloader, and it's just gonna do its thing. It's pretty cool. Oh no, we got the pinwheel of death. Alright y'all, so the process has completed. Pretty much when it says package installation finished successfully, that pretty much just means that the installation's done. So if it just keeps hanging on the progress thing and like the window is still there, you can just ignore it. So now we're going to go ahead and unplug the MP3 player. So I'm going to flip back to the camera. Alright, so right now it's still connected to the computer, but I'm going to go ahead and unplug it now. So what you should see now is a firmware upgrade in process. What this is doing is it's basically using Sansa's official firmware upgrader that's built into the operating system that's like the default on here, and it's just updating it to the custom firmware. So it's a pretty simple installation process. Oh, let's see, upgrade completed. It's already done. So now I need to go ahead and boot up the device again. What I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to plug in the MP3 player. And that's turned on. There we go, we got Rockbox. Now because it's plugging into my computer, it's going to show a USB link, so I'm just going to go ahead and unplug that real quick. So there we go, we've got custom firmware now. So that's pretty cool. But like, what can we do with it? Let me get this cable off. There we go. So, if you go over here, it's got like databases and files, it's got like a settings menu, there's all sorts of things, you can do plugins, the customization's ridiculous. It does actually come with some games built in, so like, I could play like Bejeweled on there, and like they have a Minesweeper thing, they have like a Pac-Man thing that I think requires like a ROM to run. They've got like Quake on this thing, and Pong. I mean, these are like pretty cool games, but we don't want any of those. We want to play some Mario. So, how are we going to get Mario on here? So there's a little cool tool, and it's actually called Rockboy. It's built into this custom firmware, and what it lets you do is pretty much boot up Game Boy and Game Boy Color ROMs. So we're gonna give that a try real quick. We need to go ahead and put Super Mario on here. So this is actually like the Game Boy Color version of it, so we're gonna go over here, and we've got our little ROM file. Let's extract it real quick so it's in GBC format. And so now that we got that, we need to make sure that we've got our device up in such a way that it can sync. Alright, we've got our Sansa thing over here. I specifically want to make sure that I'm on the Sansa folder, so you'll just drag and drop the file into here. I actually already have it on my SD card right here, and that's pretty much all you'll need. So you need to go back to the MP3 player now. So in order to actually access the games, you have to go over to the top at Files. Then you need to select your micro SD card if that's where you stored it. And then right here, we have our Super Mario Bros. Deluxe. It shows up right here. I actually have a few other games on here as well, but we're just going to select this one. You just hit the fast forward button, and there you go. Now we've got Super Mario Bros. On this thing. That's crazy. Let's go ahead and hit start. Alright, we've got the original. Actually, this already has my save file, because I have done this before. We're going to do a new save file, though. And it'll automatically generate save files. So I'll just give a rundown of the controls. You use this to go right and this to go left. That's pretty obvious. So how do you run? Actually, in order to run, you need to hold down the home button, which serves as the B button, and then you can use the run button. And then in the middle, you got the little jump button. So that would normally be the select button for like the MP3 player. That's what lets you jump. That maps over to the A button. And so, yeah, I can just go run around and like grab an item. Alright, we got ourselves an item. That's pretty cool. I'm Big Mario on an MP3 player. That's crazy. Alright, let's see if I can get the fire flower. Ooh, I killed a Goomba. Let's go. First kill. Alright. Oh man, these controls are so hard. Here we go. We've got ourselves like Fire Mario. So we can press the home button and it'll actually go ahead and yeah, it'll shoot fire. That's so cool. Oh, but you know what's even crazier? If you turn the click wheel, it maps to the start key. So now we're in the little pause thing, so I can actually like hit down and then I can hit this button and boom, my save progress is there. So if I hit end, we go back to the main menu, it's got the save there. And there you all have it, guys. That's how you put Super Mario onto the MP3 player. And the best part, it fits in my pocket. It hardly takes up any space. And it's the full Super Mario Bros. Experience. I can play all 8 worlds, and I'm not wasting a bit of space in my pocket. Oh man, I gotta get my iPod. Hopefully it's still okay. You betrayed me, I'm not about...